Meantime, right now, President Trump on his way home from Beijing after his major summit with Chinese President Xi Jinping. And one of the key areas of discussion was the war in Iran and the role that energy plays in the conflict, with China being the largest buyer of Iranian oil. Here's President Trump explaining to our own Sean Hannity.
He's not coming in with guns. He's not coming in with rifles, and not coming in shooting. You know,
Influence.
Somebody said he's been very good. They get a lot of their oil, 40% of their oil from that location. So what has happened, and one thing I think that we're going to make a deal on, they've agreed they want to buy oil from the United States. They're going to go to Texas. We're going to start sending Chinese ships to Texas and to Louisiana and to Alaska. And I think that was another thing that was agreed to. That's a big thing.
Former Deputy National Security Advisor Victoria Coates joins us now. Victoria, good morning. Great to see you. The president called it a big thing, China buying oil directly from the United States, Chinese ships to Texas. Do you think this comes to fruition?
Well, good morning, Carly. Great to be with you. Yes, I do. I think China needs the energy out of the United States. We are, at this point, the world's gas station of choice. And this is an extraordinary development. It's taken place over the last 10 years under President Trump's leadership. I mean, it's the whole drill baby drill policy writ large, which is that the United States is going to fuel the future with our nice, clean, plentiful energy, and China's going to get on board with that.
Did this summit improve our leverage in the Iran war with respect to energy? Because it seems to me if they're going to buy all this oil from us and not from Iran, that's going to hurt Iran economically, thereby increasing our leverage. What say you, Victoria?
Oh, I agree, Todd. I mean, I think this was a really bad week for the Iranian regime. They saw their prime patron, which is China, roll out the red carpet for Donald Trump. I mean, China could have canceled the summit. They could have done the humiliating things they did to, remember when President Obama went to China and they kept him waiting on the tarmac for hours? It was a literally ritual humiliation. Instead, every bell and whistle was brought out for President Trump. He was very much, a popular visitor to Beijing. And, who is outside of that? Iran. So they have to be deeply concerned. And on top of that, as you said, if people want to buy energy, you want to buy from a reliable source. You don't want that cut off. And that's what Iran did to themselves when they cut off the strait originally. And now Donald Trump has turned that on them and prevented them from any exports. The United States is a much more reliable supplier.
Two more headlines when it comes to Iran. The president says that Chinese President Xi Jinping offered to help when it comes to reopening the Strait of Hormuz and potentially negotiations with Iran, and also said that China will not sell arms to Iran. Moving forward, what sort of role does China play here?
Well, I think they're going to play a transactional role, Carly. They need those molecules on the market. Xi's paid for a lot of that oil that's bottled up in the Gulf. So he wants those out, and he's very clear he does not want to pay an extra toll, which is what Iran has been asking for. In terms of arms sales, that's a murkier area. There's so many dual-use things that China supplies to countries like North Korea, Iran, Russia. We just have to keep a real clear eye on that and interdict the shipments where we can to disrupt that.
Just quickly, is China really willing to become dependent on U.S. oil, especially with the specter of a conflict in Taiwan looming over all of us?
Yeah, I mean, that's a really interesting question, Todd. What we have to be careful about is we can't become dependent on them as a buyer. They tried to do this in Alaska 15 years ago, where they wanted to secure all of Alaska's energy exports so Alaska would become dependent on China. We need a really diverse buyer base. If one of those buyers is China, that's fine. And I also don't mind if they become a little bit dependent on us, but I'm much more concerned about us becoming dependent on them.
The president said we've settled a lot of problems that other people wouldn't have been able to settle, and now Xi Jinping is expected to visit the United States in September, so certainly more fun to come. Former National Security Advisor Victoria Coates, we thank you for your time. Thanks for joining us, as always.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.